Good morning, YouTube. Today is Wednesday, September 6th, 2017. The weather here in Seattle has become a smoke-filled hellscape like something out of Silent Hill. The light levels are all weird, and it's apparently been raining ash. All the smoke in the air set off my building's fire alarms at 1 a.m. last night, and we had everyone standing outside until the fire department came and shut it off. It was not fun. Okay, so today I want to answer a question for someone who has no idea what I'm talking about when I say rationality. What is rationality? What do I mean by being rational or being a part of the rationalist community? Wikipedia calls rationality the quality or state of being reasonable based on facts or reason, and goes on to say that the term has different specialized meanings in philosophy, economics, sociology, psychology, evolutionary biology, and political science. We could also say that it is the quality of thinking well, or that an agent is rational if it wields its intelligence in such a way as to maximize the convergence between its beliefs and reality, and acts on these beliefs in such a manner as to maximize its chances of achieving whatever goals it has. Basically, a rational person is an abstract, idealized thinker. There's lots of fields like economics and game theory where theorists and philosophers will toss around the idea of this abstract, rational agent that somehow knows everything relevant to know in a situation and always makes the best decisions, the so-called homo economicus. But people clearly aren't all rational all the time, not even close. But maybe that's something we should be working on? And we could say that the rationalist community is the community of people pushing that idea of thinking more rationally in all those technical ways. So, back in 2005, two people named Robin Hanson and Eliezer Yudkowsky came together working on a cognitive and social science blog called Overcoming Bias, which was sponsored by the Future of Humanity Institute at Oxford. Over time, Overcoming Bias became Hanson's personal blog, while Yudkowsky went on to found a website called Less Wrong in 2009. Less Wrong became a hub for other people discussing topics like rationality, game theory, decision-making, evolutionary psychology, and cognitive neuroscience. Yudkowsky eventually stepped back from his position as the face of rationality to work on his personal goal of stopping evil robots from taking over the world, which we will come back to as a topic, I'm sure. Over the years, Less Wrong collided with other communities and spun off offshoots and critiques. Effective altruism sort of grew out of it, and then there's post-rationality, and there was that whole brush with neo-reaction back in the early 2010s. Over that time, the position of rightful caliph of rationality, as the informal joke title came to be known, has moved from Eliezer to a blogger by the pseudonym of Scott Alexander, who writes a fairly popular blog called Slate Codex. All of these interlocking communities are often referred to as rationalist, rational adjacent, rat sphere, and other various terms to describe the community of people that grew out of Less Wrong and the things that they care about. There's still a strong focus on sort of debugging humanity, figuring out solutions to various ills out in the world, and for my own part, helping spread the ideas associated with rationality and helping solve some of the social conflicts we're facing as a society and a civilization. But overall, the community has grown to include its own jargon, social mores, holidays, memes, stories, and heroes, and it's sort of spread out into this unique blend of ideas that don't all necessarily agree with each other. I personally found the rationalist community through a Harry Potter fanfiction that Eliezer wrote called Harry Potter and the Methods of Rationality, the reviews of which are, shall we say, polarized at best. There's a lot of different people doing a lot of different things, and they're all calling themselves rationalist, or rationalist adjacent, or aspiring rationalist, or some variation on that. And there doesn't seem to be all that much agreement anymore over what exactly anyone means by that, other than to point vaguely in the direction of Less Wrong website and the sequences, Eliezer's seminal list of blog posts that formed the core of the site's content for a long time. But in a sense, the real rationalist community has been the friends we've made along the way. I'm going to be using this channel to unpack and discuss some of the ideas that Less Wrong and Slate Codex come up with, and to try to act as an introduction to rationality for people who might be interested in the ideas, but who don't necessarily have the time to sit down and read long blog posts about them. I encourage people to interact and ask questions. I want to try and establish a back and forth dialogue with y'all so we can have an actually meaningful conversation about this. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're a fan of my work and you want to help me make more of it, you can support me on Patreon. Links to that, along with my blog and my Twitter, are included in the video description. Take care, YouTube. I'll see you tomorrow.